Dungeon Master, Raging Sensei. Thank you for checking out this bonus content for the Heroes Era. These are the battle plans for Episode 1, the Battle for Hockins Farm.
Hey guys, take a look at this. Looks like
we got battle plans.
Kandrezul sent us something on his stationery. I think that's what that big K is from the desk of Kandrezul.
Yeah, that's him, all right.
So guys, what do you figure this is? Is this supposed to be the assassin?
Xander points to an X on the map.
I don't know, because he said anyway that he didn't really know anything about the assassin.
Right.
The assassin was coming straight from Kai Tank. So,
which we just learned that makes sense because obviously he had some orders to figure out who should be the leader, right?
Right.
So yeah, that makes sense now. For that other note.
So what is this building right here?
That's the mill.
That's the mill. All right, that's the fountain, I presume.
Yes.
This whole area looks like the farm.
So we got two.
There's going to be like 3 groups, right? They're going to split up.
Yeah, we got the people on foot, the foot soldiers, and we got archers. They're going to stand right there next to the mill. Probably take out whoever's in there, and beast riders.
Yeah,
who are going around the side and flanking. But it seems that that shouldn't happen in the first place because of the wargs are going to be gone, right? But the wolves are probably not.
Yeah, well, he said he was going to keep his wargs away, but if there's warg riders, I don't really know how well he can keep them. Okay. I mean, he could maybe slow them down, but the. And
also, don't forget that our Kandrezul gave us whistles that hopefully he mentioned should alert the wargs not to bother us, right?
I don't have one of those.
I kind of wonder if we should give those whistles, like maybe give one to what's his name, Fausto. Because maybe we should have someone stationed like down in this area.
Vincent points to the area near the fountain
where the riders are coming from to sort of stop or slow that assault. And then where do you figure Ardairs is going to be? That's the question.
Ardairs is like a proud man, right? He seems like he would go on foot with the rest of his people.
Are these little diamond marks here are like this is supposed to be Kandrezul, or I mean Ardairs rather, and then this one over here along with the path of the warg riders would be Kandrezul?
I suppose so.
Yeah, that makes a good sense.
Yeah, I don't know what else it would be. I mean, they could be like rally points, but why would there be a rally point right outside the mill?
Thinking back, when we met with Ardairs or went with Kandrezul, did he have a bow or a crossbow or anything like that would kind of help us, or did he have a quiver or a bolt case attached to him that would maybe let us to believe that he's like a part of the archery band?
Kandrezul is equipped with 2 short swords.
What about Ardairs?
Ardairs is equipped with a great sword.
Okay.
He's definitely ground troop.
So guys, I'm wondering, judging by that, we should set up some traps or something, obviously. I'm thinking something right around here.
Xander begins indicating locations between major buildings on the farm.
Something right around here. And what I was
choke points?
Yeah, the choke points. And what I was wondering is if we could get some, I mean, I don't know how they're going to feel about this, but if we could set something up where we basically collapse the buildings on this spot.
And they have been digging ditches for you between buildings, as you guys requested. And Silverado has been constructing bombs.
So we have those 2 yellow points, which is where we're going to traps, and there's trenches between buildings, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, according to the map there, they're going to have guys come in from here, or they're going to have another group coming from here, and then they're going to have another group going around this building, so we make sure we have a trap right there so that we can force them into. They're also going to have a group of people like right here-ish shooting at the mill, I presume, because where the archers are stopping. Then you have the beast riders who are, I can't click behind there, who are coming they're coming all the way around this side.
I think maybe what we should do is, if he's still available, maybe we should talk with Fausto, because we had him kind of heading up this these arrangements. Could share the map and everything with him, and get his input and find out where we're at with everything.
We should also talk to Hockins as well, because he seems to like strategy, so I feel like he would have some good input.
Umnalda is Thragnaun's wife. She is a strong fighter. The brothers Boruli and Brukoth are tough, as is Dethida, and they have a wizard with them named Strodrake.
Well, I think we should. I think Strodrake should maybe be up in the windmill.
Yeah.
Because that's the best vantage point for where they're coming in, and
yeah.
They can just.
The archers are going to be looking to probably take them, like, just going by the map, it looks like the archers are going to be in a good line of sight from the top of the tower.
The tower being the windmill.
Thragnaun, I wonder if he should stay back and guard at the what am I trying to say? The fountain.
So the ones capable of fighting are listed there at the bottom of the map. You guys will remember earlier there was a small Kenku who had a good heart who was part of some battles named Pesky.
Yes, Pesky.
And Craigley, they are still around.
Oh, great.
Okay, awesome.
Quick question, while we've been sitting around, because since it seems to be so important, while we've been sitting around chatting and drinking from this fountain, have we noticed anything, felt anything?
And we haven't quite figured out the healing properties of the fountain.
What are your hit points currently?
I have 1 hit point.
Oh my goodness.
You really need this water.
What are your max hit points?
15.
We all have max 15. That's hilarious.
And I'm the tank somehow.
Yes, you feel very well rested. It'd be like taking a short rest as you drink from this fountain and wash yourself and cleanse yourself.
Okay.
You roll your hit dice.
Wait, so this water is basically equivalent of a short rest?
Mrs. Hockins will be with you guys as well. As you remember, she's the one who brought you back, and as she is...
That's a gold mine for a warlock.
Man, you might just want to sit in that fountain.
Seriously. I'm gonna be hexing everybody. No.
And yeah, you feel quite refreshed.
I'd like to fill. I've got a water skin. I'd dump out what I have.
Same here.
And fill it from the fountain.
Yeah, I'll do the same. I'll freshen up my skin too.
I will as well. I'll chug whatever I have in mine and then fill it up. It might be wine. It might be water.
Kevin comes from the farmhouse. He seems to be arguing with Mrs. Hockins, and he is quite intent on helping.
I mean, I want Kevin to help, but
he's ready to go.
He got took out in a round, but also, fair point, that was an assassin.
Kevin says, I'm not going to sit on the sideline while other people are fighting for my farm.
Well, Kevin.
All right.
Listen, maybe after a good night's rest, he feels all right to fight. So,
He agrees to take it easy until then, but he is quite adamant on being a part of this.
I mean, truth be told, anyone that can stand upright right now is going to need to fight tomorrow. That's just all there is to it.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Pretty much.
He is correct.
So I thought that essentially, you guys have done a lot for this farm and people have a lot of respect for you here. So I feel that you would be in charge of this alongside of Old Man Hockins. Obviously, if you wanted his guidance or whatnot, he'd be happy to provide it. But,
right.
You have some tools down here at the bottom. These are like your most battle-hardened people who would, be capable of fighting on your behalf.
Well, we got a loose plan.
So we're gonna put our wizard friend up in the windmill.
Yes.
I think maybe if we could put maybe Pesky either up there in that area as well. Maybe he can sneak attack some launch some crossbow bolts from up there.
Good idea.
Or somewhere out of the way where they can easily hide and do some damage.
And Old Man Hockins says, yes, and Pesky can deliver a message verbatim. And Pesky is quite quick, so he might be a good messenger as well.
Okay, so maybe don't put Pesky up in the rafters there, but just hidden, somewhere in this area.
Like Millhouse area? Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Where they can pick some people off and whatnot, and then we can run messages if need be. No, I was just going to ask Kevin what his area of expertise is. Kevin, are you more of a magic guy? Are you a board and sword kind of fella? What's your jam?
Kevin trains with the sword. He's hoping to use Old Man Hawkins' sword, but Old Man Hawkins hasn't quite come to terms with having Kevin fight, essentially. Although Kevin appears to be pretty capable.
Yeah, that's a bit right. And the archers, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I was wondering if we could set up maybe tables on their sides, kind of like on the opposite of the traps. Because I was thinking we might,
some barricades of sorts.
Yeah, get some partial cover. We could be shooting. I don't know if we're gonna get charged, spraying the traps. I don't know, kind of like baiting. And it also just makes movement difficult for goblins and wolves, probably.
Where do we want to put the bombs? We could have a system. We could rig up something to where they would explode if they hit like a tripwire or something like that.
I think maybe the bombs, because we're already working on traps in the top in the north area. Maybe the bombs and such we should be setting up for the ones that are coming in from the south.
That's a good idea.
To try to pick off some of those numbers, because they're going to come charging in thinking that they're getting the jump on us. So they're going to probably be coming in. I mean, we're talking about goblins here. They're not exactly the most subtle, especially when they think they have the advantage. So if they come charging in, we can maybe set it up to eliminate them quickly. You know what I mean? Or at least reduce their numbers, and then we can have more of a melee presence in the south area to take whatever survives through the bombing.
Right on.
And then we can nuke. We have the wizard, and maybe even put the archers up north to pick off and nuke the ones coming from the north.
Yeah. How many would you say we have? I know it's not in their plan, but I'd love to have something right around this area. Just it's another choke point. I don't know if it works into our plans. And I know his plan says that they're not, but you never know what.
Well, one of the dwarves, Deathida, appears very interested in your bomb making, Silverado.
For sure.
But Deathida is quite skilled, and she helps you rig up a couple of triggers, although it's kind of labor intensive. And basically she shows you where to tie like little pieces of flint or whatnot, and she creates a little sparking mechanism that can be tugged on from afar.
I take it all in. I memorize.
A couple of these you'll be able to rig up. You won't be able to do it with all of them, but she is able to help you with that a little bit.
Just a quick question. Around
Sure.
What time is it at this point? Are we getting pretty late in the evening?
9:30.
I kind of thought of it that Vincent, you and I had already kind of knowing what was going to happen. I started to flesh out. Okay, what can we do? How can we handle this as we were working our way back?
No, I think this is a pretty good setup. What we've got.
Sure. So we have Fausto, Arturo, and Enzo as kind of like three dudes who would probably work together. Do you guys have a position that you would like want to place them or instruct them to be in?
They're archers.
Yeah. They could set up behind one of these barricades here.
Maybe even put one of them like on the roof right here. One of the archers.
One of the archers, I think, should be like right there, because then they have a good view on the fountain in case anything gets too close, or they could shoot people.
Yeah. Maybe one there and one here, right, kind of right in the middle of everything, so they can kind of pick off
Fausto's house.
from both sides. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, Fausto's also an archer.
Fausto just has a chair on his roof.
Yeah.
with like a beer right next to him. He's like sipping it.
A golf club.
He's ready.
So maybe Fausto will be on his own roof. Where would you put Arturo, his second man there? The heroes station the archers atop various structures around the fountain.
I feel like we should have something set up right here, because as it stands, it's just, unless we have a trap and barricade there.
I was thinking maybe that might be a good place for the dwarves. I don't know what you guys think.
Dwarves hold it down.
The heroes station the dwarves on the west side of the farm.
Well, except for the wizard.
Yeah,
the wizard's up in his
here.
perch. I like how this is playing out, guys. I was like, how are we going to handle this? This is how we're going to handle this.
Can I propose something to you guys?
Yeah.
Who do you think that the note was about?
Oh, from the assassin? He wanted to take out one of the
cleric. You talking about the kill the cleric thing? I think he might have been talking about Miss Hawkins.
I think I do too.
Yeah, because he was also sent to kill Hopkins. So
Hawkins.
Hopkins. So I think Miss Hopkins is definitely a target, because the assassin had orders to kill a Hopkins, and he also had. Did he also have the orders to kill the cleric too? Did he have both of those?
Yeah, what did that note say again?
The note commanded kill the cleric, and then Kandrezul had clarified that Kevin had not been the target of the assassination, but that it had been a different Hockins.
Does Old Man Hopkins have any combat or defensive capabilities?
The Hockins, Old Man and Mrs. Hockins, begin moving the weakest of the people who are being sheltered here into the mines below the farmhouse.
Oh.
That's good. We don't have to worry about crossfire.
There's not room for everybody, but they're able to take many of the children down there.
Right on.
There are still, sick, wounded, weary in all of the stables and the farmhouse alike, but they are able to take most of the young below the farmhouse into the mines.
I feel like we should have Miss Hopkins somewhere. Man, she needs to stay alive. Obviously, she can't die, or else it's game over. Because there goes like one of the most powerful healers we have available.
Yeah.
Old Man Hopkins is limited by his sight, but he can still do some stuff, I imagine. So I feel like those two should be with the citizens, with the people who can't fight. Old Man Hopkins to fight, Miss Hopkins to heal.
And again, Mrs. Hawkins' magical reserves are quite depleted because of the spell that she cast on Kevin. So for healing, you'll probably be looking more to Craigley, who is not exhausted.
Craigley's front lines, I believe. I think.
I kind of feel like. I'm sorry. I kind of feel like Craigley should be almost like sort of running the assault from the south.
To fight off the.
Yeah, because we've got a lot stacked up top here.
You're right.
I think Craigley would be a good fit. Like maybe Craigley and Kevin, at
the bottom.
Yeah, and then between them, the bombings and the archers, hopefully they can basically like defend the fountain. Basically, should be their assignment.
Right on. Do we want to give Craigley one of the whistles? Because our intelligence tells us that the beasts are going around that way.
Yeah, I think we should give Craigley one of the whistles.
Okay.
Craigley gets a whistle.
And we'll explain to him that Kandrezul gave us one of these whistles and mentioned that they're used to control the wargs, and assuming that they're well fed, the whistles might tell the wargs to stand down.
Yeah, we should keep a whistle with us.
I agree. Yeah. Do you want to keep one, and I'll give Craigley mine?
Yeah, that's fine. I can hold on to it.
Yeah,
Okay,
I don't think
cool.
I'm gonna be running into any wargs. So I think I don't need one.
Okay.
It's gonna be a slugfest.
Yeah.
Where do you guys plan on fighting as well?
Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
Where do you plan on fighting from?
Well, we need to be wherever Ardares is. That's
Yes,
the whole thing.
That's kind of what I'm thinking too. We need to almost be around this area to be able to see where the fight is coming from and then adjust. What do you think?
I would almost say even maybe us like around in this area, sort of hiding off to the side, watch it come in,
We're there.
see where Ardares goes, and then like flank him.
Vincent points to a place behind the windmill where they would be obscured from the enemy's sight.
On the battle map, there's
Yeah, we
this,
could just we could
there's
almost
those two triangles things, right? Do we believe that those are the locations of Kandrezul and Ardares?
Yeah, do we believe that Kandrezul is the guy coming around back? He's leading the band. Coming
I
around
believe
back?
he would be there. Yeah.
I was speculating on that. That's what my assumption was, but I genuinely don't know.
Then the archers
Kind of a
are going
vague
to be
map.
sticking with Ardares because Ardares is the other pyramid. So where I have the enemy archers here question mark thing, I think that's where Ardares will be, near the mill.
Fausto has his men Arturo and Enzo keep watch, and he wants to get some shut-eye as well. Of course, Kevin is sleeping. Craigley will sleep as well, and the dwarves will be resting until dawn. So you have a few sets of eyes out there. Pesky doesn't want to sleep, and Pesky is kind of like running up and down the mill house, looking about, just very interested in, getting his eyes on what's happening out there. Nothing yet. Fausto hops off of his roof and actually moves up here to be on the roof of this this barn stable area. Can you guys explain to me where these bombs are too? Are they just in the south? There's like kind of a last resort for the fountain? Was that the idea? They're triggered down there, I believe, right? We have about like, all right, we'll put 2 of them on triggers with cords, and Craigley will man one of those, and then the other cord can be somewhere to be picked up by somebody else or manned by Kevin. And those might detonate all of them, or just the 2. So are we good with like a half dozen bombs or something like that, or will there be more? You've been working on the bombs for quite a while, so.
And you had some help last night too.
Yeah, I did.
Right.
We'll have about, say, 5 bombs in the south. 2 of them can be triggered. 3 of them might be part of a chain reaction, or it's set off by lighting them with but manually by going up to them. And then, well, I guess we'll just keep. Would it be a good idea just to keep some of them by the barricades so you can just throw them over? Like, they drop into the pit and then you toss a bomb down there and explode it. Just throwing it out there.
That'll
Cool
work too.
idea.
Yeah.
I remember part of preparations was planting bombs out in the field. So yeah,
That was I think that was what we prepped that back during one of the initial negotiations.
yeah, it was like a couple, like at the very beginning when you guys were going off to make negotiations. I think it was kind of like, yeah, let's start getting these bombs laid out and ditches plowed was the general idea there. So I think that there would be a couple bombs each in the paths that were depicted in that war map is what I would assume.
Okay. I think that's probably right, because we were talking about that.
And the ditches were meant to be dug between buildings or like in front of places that people would have to walk or go through. I remember that being a big part of it. So
Yeah, our choke points.
So why don't we we'll leave 2 bombs out in the field, each field near the pit traps.
That's a good idea.
and then these can be triggered by arrows. So that would be kind of like Craigley, Death Edda's, and Old Man Hockins' contributions to the planning as well.
Thank you for listening to The Heroes Era. Our podcasts drop every Monday, and our live game is every Monday night on Twitch. Come join us.
This is The Heroes Era.